Okay, now so for this section now, we're going to actually talk to Sophia about the actual process itself, and really, Sophia, to start with, what is SEVIS and why do you need it as a student when you want to come to the USA?
Yeah, it's a great question. So SEVIS is the Student Exchange Visitor Program that is required if you need a visa to come to the States to do your helicopter training. And at Anthelion Helicopters, we happen to be a SEVP certified school, which means we are authorized to issue visas for our students, our international students who want to come over here to train. So it's a really awesome resource that we can give our students who need that.
Yeah, and it's an M1 visa, correct?
It's an M1 visa, which is our it's a vocational visa, meaning you're here to just do your helicopter training.
No, fantastic. Yeah, so really, it's an M1 visa with an I-20, and and this is really since post 9/11 as well that it's become very, very strict in this country that you have to be legally allowed to be here to train and get TSA approval at the same time. SEVIS is, as far as I'm aware, under which government department is it?
I believe that's a good question.
DHS.
DHS, okay.
DHS, right?
Yeah.
On Homeland Security?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, absolutely. So anyway, bottom line is, we have to be able to issue visas to foreign students wanting to come here, unless you are already here on a different type of visa.
Right.
You might be here on a work visa already, but the bottom line is you have to be legally allowed to be in this country and to train at the same time.
Yes.
And so when someone is not, Sophia issues an I-20 and M1 visa to come, a vocational visa to come here and train.
Exactly.
So what is the process then? So let's walk us through. What is the process of becoming an enrolled student with us?
Yeah, so there's a few steps involved in becoming a student with us if you do require a visa. The first step is to just apply, send in an application, which you can find through our website, or if you contact us directly at training@anthelionhelicopters.com. By filling out that application, we gather all the information that we need, and we collect a application fee as well. And the main thing is that we require some documents, like your passport, as well as some financial supporting documents that show that you can financially support yourself while you're in the States.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing with anything to do with the States. They want to see that you've got the money to do it while you're here.
Exactly.
And you're not just come here on a quick vacation, go to McDonald's and Magic Mountain a few times, and then run back out the country.
Exactly.
So, the financial things, all joking aside, is very, very important.
Yes.
And obviously, proof of who you are, right? Passport itself. So those are the minimum things that we need to get started. So can you give us a bit more guidance on the application process, in terms of just fleshing it out a little bit more?
Right.
So once they've done the application, they've given you, here's my passport, and yes, here I've got zillions of dollars, then what happens?
So after we receive that information, we're able to issue these potential students an I-20, which basically is how you are able to apply for your M1 visa. So once we're able to issue that I-20, you're able to go to the embassy or a consulate and apply for that M1 visa. So
They can do that in their own country, right?
They can do that in their own country,
usually
correct.
They do. You go to your own consulate with your I-20, and then you get an M1 visa. And what's the timelines, roughly, are we talking with that?
Yeah, we recommend giving a good amount of time in advance. If you're planning to come to the States, maybe plan a month or so in advance, because there are, sometimes there are delays, or it can take a while.
Yeah.
So I would say at least a month
Essentially,
in advance.
give yourself as much forward time as you possibly can do, right? Because we can't control the processing time of the consulate and the US government. Sometimes they are glacially slow, and sometimes they've got a high workload, and it may take a bit longer. So, again, you would coordinate that with Sophia, and she'd give you, I think you can actually find out the estimated processing times online as well, so it's always good to check and plan accordingly. Don't book your flight to start flight training in 2 weeks' time and expect to have a visa within 2 weeks. It probably won't happen, but plan it out a few months in advance, and it will probably work. But it just requires some steps taken before that. All right, Sophia, so what requirements are there for people wanting to come and train in the country?
Yes, so as previously mentioned, we do require financial documents that show that you are able to fund your training in the States. Another requirement is that you will need TSA clearance, which means you'll just need to get fingerprinted and set up a training request with our school through the Flight Training Security Program. This just requires you to fill out the application, pay the fee. It'll direct you to where you can get your fingerprints. clearance, and then that process can take a few weeks up to a month. So again, we would recommend doing that a bit in advance. And then once you get that clearance, then you're able to start your training. But before you get that clearance, no training can be completed.
Yeah. So does that fingerprinting, can that get done in their home country, or does that have to be done? Can that be done here, or either or?
Yes. So the fingerprinting can be done in your home country.
Okay.
There are ways, and there's a website that will direct you to where you can get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. So like all of these things, just educate yourself, ask questions with us, and give yourself adequate time, because absolutely we do need TSA clearance from the TSA before we can start training with you. So don't just arrive in the country with your visa and expect to start training without TSA clearance, because it absolutely is necessary.
Correct.
So what this is really sort of leads me on to the support side of things. What support do we really offer in this process? So because I know it's pretty daunting, right?
It is. It can be very daunting. There's a lot of steps involved, and a lot of people aren't aware of exactly what it takes. So by communicating with us, reaching out to us via phone or email, we're here to be that resource and to be able to help you through those steps. And that's what my job is, to be able to provide you, with the guidance. And a lot of that is just, providing you with either links to websites, or like the fingerprinting, for example, like where can you get that done,
It's on the website as well, isn't it, right? We do have all that information on there already.
Exactly, yeah. So I think that's the best part. We're here to help you in that process. We don't want our students or potential students to be going through this alone. So
like me, right? Back in the day, where I was, for weeks on end trying to figure out what was going on, and it ended up being a bit of a difficult task, shall we say, challenging. But nevertheless, that's why Sophia's here to help and guide you through the process, to make it as seamless as possible.
Yes.
And so that you leave adequate time for it to all be done in a manner that enables you to train as much efficiently as possible.
Exactly.
I guess the last question here then that we've got, are there any particular deadlines that students need to be aware of? Any milestones, or that they really need to, you must do this by this date with the process?
No set deadlines, but again, it's just being prepared and preparing yourself ahead of time, before your start date or before your intended arrival. I think that will be key. This process can't be done just in a day. It's something that has to be planned ahead. So those are the main deadlines that I would say, just allowing that ample time, and
Always reach out to Sophia
Exactly.
if you need any more information. So whoever in doubt, give her an email, and she will always help you with that. So in summary then, I think, this video, I know it's a bit of a long subject, but we really want to try and give as much useful information as possible, because there's a lot of options to train, right? You can go and try and train in your home countries. There's a lot of some home countries that you guys are from don't really offer generic flight training and general aviation because it's not developed. So, but we really wanted to try and break it down and really, in summary, give you why come to the United States to start with. I made this decision 25 years ago, and obviously don't regret it at all. Not to mention that the weather's rather good over here, and there's a lot of good food and good things to do. But like I talked about, lots of different qualities of the flight environment over here make it really, really good. As far as the process goes, I think that the biggest one with the process, my two biggest takeaways are give yourself time. Always give yourself time. Do not do this in a hurry. If you say you're thinking you want to come in in 3 or 4 months' time, that's great. Then that would probably work. But again, keep in contact with Sophia about that. Just don't leave everything to the last minute and expect the US government to be able to jump through 1,000 different hoops all at the same time. Those wheels just don't turn that quickly. So plan ahead, and then plan ahead. And the second one is, really honestly, Sophia is a resource. She's here to help and guide you through the process, and engage with her right from the beginning and help her and let her help you go through the process, and don't be afraid to ask any questions. And all will go well, and we will see you over here in the bright, hopefully sunny Southern California sunshine, and training with us in the air, and helping you embark on your flying journey, and being part of the family. So, obviously reach out, any comments that you need to make, with any questions, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.